One moment. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our session. We're just waiting for a few more people to join, and we'll get started within a couple of seconds. Very, very soon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Okay, it's 3 o'clock, so we'll begin. I'd firstly like to welcome everyone to our session. My name's David. I'm from the Tel Aviv University International. I'm going to be here for the next half an hour, 45 minutes presenting Tel Aviv University International and our range of English taught programs. If you're watching this on one of the streaming services, but also streaming this live to a couple of Facebook pages as well. So welcome, everyone. For those of you who are joining via the Zoom, do pop into the chat where you're from. I do like to see what countries people are calling us from, and then we'll begin. Okay. Let's begin. Bear with me. Just going to share my screen. Oops. Great. So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. So like I said, to those who've just joined, my name's David. I'm from the outreach team here at Tel Aviv University International, and I'm delighted to be here for the next half an hour, 45 minutes to chat to you a bit more about our programs. So I'm going to begin actually with a video that sums up Taoism, which is our philosophy that we believe in here at Tel Aviv University. So let me just play this. Okay. Oops.
Tel Aviv University International, the only place in the world where you can study Taoism. What is Taoism? Well, it's a local philosophy that says the best way to study is through experience. Understand with your head, learn with your feet. The best way to study a multicultural society is to live in one. Be ready with your elevator pitch. You never know who you'll meet on campus. If you want to learn the best marketing strategies, just go to the local market. Reading about the startup nation? Write your own chapter. Study literature in the place that inspired the bestseller of all time. You can't resolve a conflict until you witness one. רוצים שינוי! רוצים שינוי! At TAUi, there is always room for more questions and 400 labs to find the answers. Come experience the wisdom of Taoism at Tel Aviv University International, where first-class education meets a second-to-none lifestyle.
Okay. So Taoism, that's our philosophy that, you study best through experience. You learn with your head, you understand with your feet, and learning happens everywhere and sometimes, when you least expect it. So when you come to Tel Aviv University, you don't just learn in a classroom, you learn in a campus, in a city, in a country. So let's just take a zoom out. I think this gives a good snapshot of Tel Aviv University and who we are. We're Israel's largest and most comprehensive institution of higher education. We have, it's one campus, 220 acres just north of downtown Tel Aviv, lots of green spaces on campus. We have 9 faculties, 125 schools and departments. You saw in the video that we have 400 labs. We truly are a multidisciplinary hub of academic excellence. Now, in terms of actual student numbers, we have 30,000 total students. And of those 30,000, 2,000 plus are international. Typically, you know, about 40% of our international students come from North America, but also from other regions in the world, so Latin America, Europe, Asia, Australia, and also the international community here in Tel Aviv. You heard in the video that we have 400 labs. We also have 130 research institutions, 3,500 projects annually. We have 15,000 international alumni, 1,000 senior faculty members. We really are, as I said, Israel's largest and most comprehensive institution of higher education. Okay, so I won't go into all of them, but we're very proud of our ranking. The #1 choice among Israeli students. We're a top 100 innovation university by Reuters. We're ranked in the top 20 in the world in terms of scientific notations. We're the only non-US university to make the top 10 list of schools producing VC-backed founders. We're also 5th in the world for entrepreneurship from 2021, just after leading American universities such as Stanford, MIT, UC Berkeley, and Harvard. And also, we're very proud that 55% of the population on campus is women. Just last year, the university actually set up its very first Equality and Diversity Commission, headed up by Professor Netta Ziv, and their remit is clear. They're tasked with enhancing equality and diversity among the entire campus population, whether it's academics, faculty, administrative employees, and students as well. So we're very, very proud of our ranking and what we've achieved here. Our impact is felt far and wide. You know, as I said, we're a multidisciplinary institution of academic excellence. We have a vast range of research and teaching fields that they create unique and fascinating connections between disciplines that traditionally are not connected to each other. We have world-class faculty, renowned professors. Every year, our students perform around about 300,000 hours of community service. And of course, we're in this wonderful Mediterranean city of Tel Aviv, which leads me on to this next slide. So let me just play this animation of why you love Tel Aviv. This is a pulsating, vibrant city. It's Israel's cultural and commercial capital. There's beaches. It's been called the Mediterranean capital of cool by the New York Times. It's a non-stop city with amazing nightlife, cuisine, cultures. It's a city that the city slogan is non-stop, and it's a city that you can never stop exploring. Okay, so I just want to talk a bit about our alumni. This is our community that's changing the world in different fields. It's 200,000 strong and 15,000 international alumni. And these are people that are very much making an impact in their respective field. We have people such as Professor Amnon Shashua. He co-founded Mobileye that develops an algorithm for detecting automobile and pedestrian traffic. The very famous author and chef Yotam Ottolenghi. He has a couple of restaurants in London, a TV show, and some good cookbooks. Professor Anit Sachi, she developed a new way to treat and prevent melanoma through a nano vaccine for one of the most aggressive types of cancer. I don't know anybody in Israel that doesn't go anywhere without using Waze, and Uri Levine is the founder of Waze, that GPS navigation system. So we hope that if you decide to come to Tel Aviv University and you want to study with us, that after your time with us, you'll be as successful and making an impact in your region and your area of expertise. Okay, another video for you. So student life extends. I have a couple of videos that I'll play throughout the presentation as well. But student life extends, well beyond the classroom, and you'll hear from a couple of current students talking about the highlights of TAU and student life. So let me just play this video.
The highlights are certainly the little travel events that you have every now and then.
Traveling within Israel, it's convenient because it's a small country, top to bottom, 3 to 4 hours.
I remember the first semester that I started, we went to Eilat for a weekend, and that was amazing.
I think like these cultural spots are like the best part about being in Israel. Like you visit the Holy Land and you go to a point in the old city where you're in the midst of like all the the major religious quarters, and it's a great learning experience.
Student life community in Tel Aviv University I found to be very fun and inclusive. I'm living in the dormitories in Broshim, and I made quite a few international friends from countries that I usually never interacted with. It's been a very interesting mix of cultures and understand different behaviors and how people think coming from different countries. It's been very nice to be submerged in a very multicultural institution as well as a country where you can see many things happening from different perspectives.
I've really gotten to get to know people that come from a wide range of backgrounds, and that allows me to step outside my comfort zone, understand their cultures, and I know that I have a friend whenever I travel there, so that's really cool.
If you're in Israel, you're in the hub of like politics and culture and religion, and that is all the spice you need when you want to become a storyteller.
Okay. So that leads me on to my my next point, the student life team. The student life team, we call them madrachim, which is the Hebrew word for guide or for counselor. And they're there very much to maximize your time in Israel. They're there to give you a nice soft landing. So when you come to Israel, they're the first people that you meet. They organize orientation, arrival and orientation day. They're all Israeli students and they're post-army and they're studying either their first or their second degree. They work for Tel Aviv University International. They're on campus every day. They're available 24/7 for any support that any student needs. They actually live in the dorms with our students as well, with the international students. They'll assist with any issues that you have, whether it's in housing, medical issues, or anything if you need a native Hebrew speaker. And in addition to that, they organize lots of social and cultural activities, excursions throughout Israel. They'll do weekly social events on campus. We've done pizza night on campus, yoga classes on our terrace. They do movie nights outdoors on campus. They'll take you out on day trips in Tel Aviv and day trips in Jerusalem and overnight trips in the north and the south. So there really will be your gateway to explore and to experience the best of Tel Aviv in Israel. I do just want to quickly show you as well. This is the actual student life calendar for our summer semester students. So you can see they're all coming very soon. We have a couple of social activities. There's gatherings, tours of Sarona in Tel Aviv, some day trips to Masada in the Dead Sea, a day trip to the north of Israel, volunteering activity, graffiti tours. So they really are your gateway to get the best out of your time while you're studying with us. And they also, I mean, this sense of community is also felt through into the dorms as well. As I said, the madrachim live with our students. They live with you in the dorms. We have dorms just adjacent to campus. This is a picture of the Broshim dorms. There's 24-hour security. There's a health insurance. a doctor's office on campus. There's a food court and supermarket in walking distance. Here's a couple of pictures of the new dorms. They're very well equipped. They all have kitchens. We don't offer meal plans, but I think actually having a kitchen in your own room and a couple of supermarkets close by and being surrounded by international students and also Israeli students, you get the best of both worlds, and lots of students make new friends, cooking together. And a couple of pictures here of some of the study rooms and common rooms in the dorms as well. So of course, going back to TAU and industry connections, we have very close links to industry. We have Remote, who are a business engagement center, and their role is very much to identify, nurture, and transform, inventions into products. TAU Ventures, which is a academic venture capital fund. We have the Entrepreneurship Center, which is run by professionals from the industry. Ignite by Collar is actually an entrepreneurship club from the Collar School of Management run by students, as well as some really top world-class events that happen on campus. We have the annual Cyber Week, Artificial Intelligence Week, and during each of these events, the entire campus is transformed. We have about 9,000 delegates from all over the world. They're unique gatherings of experts in cybersecurity, artificial intelligence. Okay, so let's just zoom in a little bit to all of the programs that we offer here at TAU International. We have over 60 programs in total taught in English, from undergrad programs, study abroad, short-term programs, graduate programs. We have a post-high school gap program for a semester or for a year, all the way up to PhD and postdoc. So you literally can come to us post-high school and matriculate your entire way throughout your higher education journey. Just want to quickly mention that we do have summer programs. Some of these have actually closed already because the summer is just about to begin. But you can come to us in the summer for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, or 6 weeks and take courses in, we have languages, cybersecurity, business, Middle Eastern studies, research programs, even an internship. You'll get to, meet people from all over the world, get a chance to explore Israel, also with a full schedule of activities from the student life team. I think typically we'll open summer by sort of January or February time of next year for 2023. Study abroad, I'll just talk briefly about study abroad. So study abroad is for any of you who are current undergraduates. You can come to us for a semester or for a year and take courses. We have the GAP program, which is for high school graduates. And then we have the study abroad program and a couple of specialized options in entrepreneurship, innovation, law, and also exchange. And this picture is actual current students that we took on one of their trips down south in the desert a couple of years ago. Oops. And we also do languages as well. We have languages, we have Hebrew, English, Yiddish, and Arabic. They run in the summer, they run throughout the semester as well. So you can come to us and take any of these classes at most times of the year as well. Oops. Just a quick thing about the GAP program as well, for any of you that are about to graduate high school. The academic GAP program is a great way for you to, use your time constructively, get your feet wet in academia. It's a structured program. You see what you like, what you want to focus on more in the future, maybe perhaps less. And you take our classes, and then you also get credits for that as well. So you can then potentially take those credits to a university of your choice afterwards. Oops, my mouse has been a bit sticky. So the GAP program, just quickly mention, you can take 4 courses that are all taught in English. Everything is taught in English with us. You can also have the opportunity to participate in service learning. We have courses, across different fields: anthropology, business, engineering, environmental, exact sciences, film studies, history, and languages as well. Oops. Okay, so into our undergrad programs. We have 4 undergrad programs. We have the BA in Liberal Arts, which is a 3-year program been running here successfully for a couple of years. We have the dual degree with Columbia. That's also a liberal arts program, and you spend the first 2 years with us and the final 2 years at Columbia. And at the end of 4 years, you have 2 degrees. We have a brand new program that we're recruiting for. It's open for applications for this fall, which is the International BA in Management and Liberal Arts. And I'll play that video just in a second. And then we also have the Bookman Meta School of Music, which is an international program that's completely tuition free, but they're looking for talented, accomplished young musicians, because you'll also get the chance to perform at the Israeli Philharmonic's orchestra. So I just want to, let me just play the BA video. 1 second. Okay. Bear with me.
Hi, I'm Louise. I'm the coordinator of the International BA in Management and Liberal Arts here at Tel Aviv University. Experience a different kind of academic journey, one which is multinational and multicultural with students from all over the world, but one which is also personalized with small classroom sizes and approachable professors.
I felt that coming to Tel Aviv to study entrepreneurship was a no-brainer, really. As everybody knows, it's known to be the startup nation. The ecosystem here of startups is huge, and I felt that it would really expose me to this type of environment.
My studies, they are bringing together a lot of things from different fields. You get a different perspective on the same topic, which enables you to find solutions quicker because you have different kinds of solutions.
It was really interesting for me to take courses in accounting and venture capital and finance and just learn the basics of business, because I feel that any entrepreneur would benefit from these types of courses. The program offers experiential courses, so ones that are not just theoretical or lecture-based, but ones that are actually practical, where you work in teams, you work in partnership with startups that exist here.
Generally, it's really easy to make connections.
Many of our professors have said, connect with me on LinkedIn, and if there are any mutuals or second-degree connections that you notice, I would be so happy to recommend you. They really want to get to know us and understand our background and really help us as well.
Come and enjoy the non-stop that Tel Aviv City has to offer, as well as the academic excellence of Tel Aviv University.
Wonderful. Okay. Just before I continue, I just want to mention to anyone who's watching on the live stream on Facebook, that will cut out in about 5 or 6 minutes, by which time I should be finished my presentation. But I'll pop into the comments on the Facebook the actual link to the Zoom. We'll then do some Q&A on Zoom that won't be broadcast on the live stream. But I'll pop that into the comment before we switch off the live stream. Okay, so just getting on to graduate programs, we have 19 graduate programs across the faculties, and it gives you a chance to, take a deeper dive into your area of interest. All programs combine a rigorous core curriculum and a diverse selection of electives. So, you're free to tailor your studies. There's regular guest lectures, campus activities, and excursions. All together give you access to the cutting edge of research, innovation, and academics. I'm also going to play a couple of program videos as well, just to give you a real feel for these programs. But you can see some of them here. So we have Ancient Israel Studies, which is archaeology that's taught by world-renowned archaeologists, archaeological scholars. You study the land of the Bible in the land of the Bible. Conflict resolution and mediation, you'll master new techniques to age-old conflicts via mediation and resolution skills. And I don't think you can find a better location to learn those skills than in the ever-challenging Middle East. Environmental studies, where better to study environmental studies than in the #1 greenest building in the Middle East. This program is very much there to train and equip the next generation of environmental leaders. They've actually got a session on at the open day today, which is at 5 o'clock. Also, the BA, the international new BA, has one tomorrow as well. But all the sessions are going to be recorded anyway to be sent out afterwards. So let me just play this video.
At Tel Aviv University, we investigate the causes and consequences of climate change, and we look for innovative solutions together with government bodies, public companies, startups, and more.
To save the depleting resources of our Earth, we develop new sources of energy, protein, and materials like plastic. All these from seaweed. Did you know that seaweed and algae do not require any agricultural land or fresh water to survive?
Production and consumption systems are complex. They are very important for our economy, but at the same time, they have huge environmental impacts. In industrial ecology, we try to understand their relationships with Mother Earth in an holistic way. In this program, I teach a course about industrial ecology tools and methods in business context.
Can plants become an environmental issue or rather the solution? We study both invasive plants that have negative impact on the environment, but also plants that can clean up polluted soils and therefore be beneficial to the environment.
In our lab, we develop materials and processes to reduce contaminants from the environment. One of the most fascinating research topics being investigated in our lab is environmental applications and implications of nanomaterials, which also includes nanoplastic.
Here, we research the timeliest issues, how climate change affects the transmission of infectious diseases. For example, how climate change can affect transmission of West Nile virus spread by mosquitoes.
Why are we facing a global ecological crisis? What if each of us would think on the repercussions of our lifestyle and the values underlying public policies?
The food we choose to eat and how it is produced has implications for the future of humanity. This choice affects the sustainability of our planet, the fabric of our society, and our health.
This is the International Master Program in Environmental Studies at Tel Aviv University. Here, you will learn from these experts on a wide range of environmental topics, unique and thought-provoking. You will experience the most innovative studies in this field in one accelerated year.
Let's lead the change in environment and sustainability and ensure a better life for us and the future generations.
Wonderful. Okay, so the actual environmental studies, they have a session at the open day today at 5 p.m. If you are interested to sign up. Other graduate programs, we have TESOL, Teaching English. That will give you actual experience in the actual Israeli school system, teaching students. We have migration studies, I think with the Mediterranean crisis at the moment and what's happening in the Ukraine. Migration policy is very much at the forefront of people's minds. We have social sciences programs, security and diplomacy, the developing countries, about sustainability, cyber politics and government, which is one of the very few programs in the world that bridges strategic governance and policy with technology. We have a couple of MSc options in engineering, life sciences, medical sciences, neurosciences, and plant sciences. There's the Parasol Foundation graduate program, LLM, and that does attract outstanding law students to study and collaborate with Israel's elite legal, academia, and legal professions. There's two MBA options, the Sefer Global MBA, which is actually ranked the top 13th MBA in the world. There's an online MBA, a documentary cinema, where you'll learn from the best at the Steve Tisch School of Film and Television School. Disaster management, that's a great program that will train, develop a new generation of leaders to protect and make our communities more resilient. And also the Bookman Meta School of Music program is also at graduate level as well. You also heard in the film at the very beginning, there's 125 research institutions, 400 labs. So there's, you'll join a diverse community of scientists from all over the world. You can join some pretty top-notch research teams led by world-renowned scholars. And typically they last between 3 to 5 years. The scholarships are provided. We have a research students office on campus. So if you are interested, you should just reach out to Gila. That's her contact details there. Oops. Now, the other interesting thing that's happened is that students who study a degree in a specific field are eligible to work for up to 5 years in Israel after they complete their studies. And in specifically high-tech fields. And according to the government, these are electrical engineering, information systems, engineering, data science, computer science, physics, and medicine. Okay, FAQs. Before I go back to the FAQs, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. I'm just going to switch off the live stream on the Facebook pages, and then we'll continue with the FAQs. So just 1 second. To those of you who are watching the live stream, I'm going to pop onto the comments the actual link to the Zoom call. So you're welcome to join us here. Let me just put this in. Here is the Zoom link. There we go. So I've just popped into the comments on the live stream that a link to the Zoom. You're welcome to join us here. We'll stop the live stream now, and then we'll open up the floor to any questions from you.